Hello, everyone, and welcome to Calm English Dialogues. I'm Ashley.
And I'm Tom. It's great to be with you all today.
It is. So, Tom, today we're talking about a topic that has become a really big part of our lives recently: working from home versus working in the office.
Right. Before the pandemic, working from home it wasn't that common for most people. But now, it's a completely different story.
Exactly. Things have really changed. I read that before 2020, about 1 in 5 people worked remotely, and now it's closer to 1 in 4. It feels like we've reached a kind of new normal, or a new equilibrium, as some experts call it. Many companies now offer remote or hybrid options.
And it seems like most employees really want that flexibility. I read that something like 90% of workers prefer having the option to work from home at least some of the time.
So today we want to explore that. What are the good things and the not so good things about each style of work? Which one is really better? I think we should start with working from home, since that's the biggest change we've seen. For me, the biggest advantage is definitely the work-life balance. Not having to commute, that saves so much time and energy. For example, I used to spend almost 2 hours every day just traveling to and from the office. Now I use that time to, go for a walk in the morning or prepare a proper breakfast. It just makes the day feel less rushed.
Yeah, I can see that. The commute can be really draining.
It really can. And it's not just the time. It's also about the flexibility. I can put a load of laundry in during a short break or be home when a package arrives. It's these small things that reduce a lot of daily stress.
That makes sense. Little conveniences.
Right. Plus, there are the cost savings. Less money spent on gas, public transport, and buying lunch out every day. It all adds up. And for some types of work, being in a quiet environment at home can actually make you more productive.
More focused. I agree with all of that, Ashley. The practical benefits they're very clear, but I do worry about the other side of it. For me, the biggest disadvantage of working from home is the social isolation.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
In the office, you have those small, informal interactions. You chat with someone while making coffee, or you ask a quick question over the desk. Those moments, they build relationships and make you feel like part of a team.
That's true. You do miss out on that.
You really do, and I think it can be a challenge for collaboration. Brainstorming ideas, for example. It just feels different on a video call. It's not as spontaneous, It can be harder to feel the energy in the room.
Right. It can be a bit awkward sometimes, with people talking over each other or just silence.
Exactly. And another thing is the risk of blurred boundaries. When your home is also your office, it can be hard to switch off. I've heard from friends who find themselves checking emails late at night just because the computer is right there.
That work-life separation is important. I felt that sometimes too. Even after I finish work, my laptop is still on the table. It's hard to mentally close the day.
Yes, exactly. It's like work is always just there.
Although I guess some people are very good at setting boundaries.
That's true. It probably depends on personality. And that's actually why I still prefer working in the office. As I said, the collaboration is just stronger. Being physically present with your team, it makes a huge difference.
I
remember a time we were working on a difficult project and we were stuck. We all went into a meeting room with a whiteboard and just started talking. In 10 minutes, we had a solution. I'm not sure that would have happened so quickly over email or a scheduled call.
Right, those spontaneous moments.
Exactly. And I think it's especially important for new employees. When you're new to a company, you learn so much just by watching and listening to the people around you. It's much harder to get that experience when you're fully remote.
That's a really good point. The onboarding process. Do you think it's more difficult for younger employees?
I do. When you're just starting your career, you need more guidance. It's easier to ask small questions in person.
That's true. On a video call, small questions can feel bigger somehow.
Yeah, sometimes you hesitate to interrupt. And finally, there's that clear separation. When you leave the office, you leave work behind. The commute, even if it's long, creates a kind of psychological boundary. Work is for the office, and home is for, home. And another practical advantage of the office is simply having reliable infrastructure. A stable, high-speed internet connection, professional equipment, that's not something everyone has at home.
I understand that completely. That clear separation can be really healthy. But on the other hand, what about the disadvantages of the office? We mentioned the commute stress already.
Well, Yeah, the commute is definitely a downside.
And what about distractions? You mentioned how the office is good for collaboration, but sometimes all that activity can make it hard to focus. I remember trying to write an important report in an open-plan office, with phones ringing and people having conversations all around me. It was really difficult to concentrate.
Okay, I'll give you that one. Open offices can be very noisy.
So, while working from home can have distractions, at least you can control them more. At the office, you have less control over the noise and interruptions.
And let's not forget office politics. That's another layer of distraction that you mostly escape when you're at home.
So, it really feels like there's no perfect answer. For me, the freedom and flexibility of working from home are just so valuable. I feel more in control of my day.
I agree. It seems the best solution isn't about choosing one or the other, but finding a balance that works. A hybrid model seems to be the way forward, offering the best of both worlds.
Yeah, I think hybrid makes a lot of sense. A bit of structure from the office and a bit of freedom from home.
I think so too. It's probably less about which one is better and more about what fits your work and your personality.
That's true. Some people really thrive in a busy office. Others do their best thinking in a quiet space at home.
And maybe most of us need a mix of both.
I like that idea.
Well, this was a really interesting topic to explore.
It really was. And we'd love to hear what you think. Do you prefer working from home or being in the office?
Let us know your experience.
Thanks so much for listening to Calm English Dialogues.
And as always,
We'll see you in the next conversation.